Welcome to Rooster Radio, a broadcast dedicated to supporting and promoting local artists in the Gaston County and surrounding areas.
She's learned to not put me on speaker. like anybody else, yeah, but there's no telling what'll come out of my mouth when I'm talking to my wife.
Yeah. I like somebody usually like when they call them like, "What the fuck's up, cock gobbler?" or something like that. You know, they or fuck face or anything like that. You know, so it's
You big old hairy, no driving, fucking son of a bitch.
You big horse penised son of a bitch. That's usually my you old horse penised.
I like how you put the T at the end of penis.
I even had Danny sign an album for me a couple weeks ago. Met up with him or whatever down in Greenville or something like that. Had him sign it, "You big horse penised son of a bitch." He laughed, dude.
I like putting the possessive adverb on the end there.
Penis. That might be a new shirt idea too.
Horse
Penis.
Penis.
Horse penis.
I saw this one shirt at the beach that had like a huge pen, like writing pen on it, and it said, "My pen is huge."
Penis.
Yeah.
Huge.
I was like, oh, that's good.
That's a good idea though. I got penised at the Testarossa show.
I like that.
I like one that says I went to the Testarossa show and all I got is herpes.
Make that.
Oh, I'm telling you, man, I've come up with some crazy ideas, man. I've had a lot of downtime, so
I can't wait to see the new merch line, man.
Oh, it's gonna be crazy, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the most like we're gonna make some that's like teetering to where you can still wear it out in public, where people are like, "Okay, that guy's an asshole," and we're gonna make some that's just crazy. Like, there's no way in hell you'd wear that in front of your mom, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, there's gonna be some.
We got to make at least one that's not like that's not out there, so I can wear it.
Oh yeah,
I'm
dude.
not wearing that shit.
They
One of my favorite T-shirts I ever owned that I never wore was a picture of a polar bear like going crazy, and it's holding like a bottle, and it says, "I fucking love Coke." Right? It's just a polar bear going nuts, and I loved the shirt. It was so funny to me when I bought it, but every time I went to wear it, I was like, I probably shouldn't.
Yeah. They an ex-girlfriend years and years ago, man, they used to sell clothes at the porn store. It's just no lie. Like, they'd sell like these messed up shirts at the porn store. And she got me one that says, "I have the biggest dick in the band," and I marked it out and put "am the biggest dick," like marked it out and put "am the biggest dick in the band." And then she would wear shirts out in public, man. Like, we went to Carowinds, this is years and years and years ago. And like, dude, she had a hoodie on and she took it off, and the shirt she had on underneath, I was just like, man, I got lines too, you know. It made me blush, dude. They said it's not going to eat itself, and I'm like, there's fucking school kids around here, dude. Like, and it's pointing down. I'm like, for the love of God, man, like, have a little bit of respect, you know. I mean, we're fucking Carowinds, dude. You know, it's not like you're at the bar, you know.
Welcome to our world of white trash.
Ye fucking high.
We're talking to Buddy and Jordan today from Testarossa. What's up, fellas?
What's going on, man?
Thank you for coming out today and talking to us, man. I
Appreciate you
love
having
you
us,
guys
man.
so much. Got a great. You guys were they were the first ones to take a chance on us for this podcast, and I'll never forget that. Reaching out to Buddy, saying, "Hey, I'm thinking of doing a podcast. We're going to do it on Zoom. We're all locked down." But he's like, "Hell yeah!" Had no idea what I was doing. We had fun.
I'd like to just say before we start this, I haven't shaved my pube hairs in about 3 months now.
Oh, got a nice bush going.
I'm trying to make it into a bonsai.
I'm not going to be sending the link to this podcast to my mom now.
Hi, Mom. Dude, you know if I'm in it, don't send it to your mom anyway, dude.
That's what I'm going to tell her.
Every time Jordan...
Or maybe do send it to your mom if you're watching, because, you know, your mom might love Buddy.
Oh, my mom embraces me, dude.
I mean, Buddy is a mother lover.
I am. Dude, every time he posts something on Facebook, I'll post something just fucking stupid on it. And he'll call me like, damn, I got to delete that message. Like, my mom's on here, dude. Like, Mom, Mr. Brady Radford, I'm glad you embrace me and my white trashness. You did do a good job raising me, Mom. I'm just an idiot.
I love the social media antics, man. No, it's like you were saying just a minute ago. Like, the more you lean into it, the more interaction and more followers you get. It's pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
Dude, it's insane. We make fun of ourselves more than anybody on the face of the earth makes fun of themselves. You know.
Yeah.
Me and Jordan had a go back and forth the other day on the internet. It was I posted. What was it, Jordan? It was something about
said I was coming out.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I was,
yeah,
like,
I saw
I was
that.
like, congratulations, Jordan, on
Yeah.
coming out. And then a few
With the
minutes
little
later,
rainbow
yeah, with the
emoji.
rainbow. And then what was it?
And then I announced your endorsement deal with Ozempic.
Yeah. And then Adam, I posted Adam on his advancing in his progress on defeating the herpes virus, and Valtrax. It's a brand new day. So I mean, dude, we talk shit to each other non-stop, but other people, like, they lose their ever loving mind.
Yeah.
When you do it.
He's only had me one time where I'm like, buddy. Now he goes,
If I
don't take
got
the
you-
shit seriously. I'm
Hey,
like, okay,
if I
that's-
got you, you're good. Like that. See, that's the thing. Everybody thinks other shit is funny unless it affects them.
Affects them,
So,
yeah.
like, we can all sit back and laugh at other people, like, oh, they made fun
You
of
can't
them. That's
laugh at
fucking
me.
hilarious. But then when it finally hits a tender spot on you, you're like, you son of a bitch.
Right.
No, I
And
mean, look, we all. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can speak for you guys too. Like, we all feel that. Like, it happens to me
Yeah.
sometimes. I'm like, you know,
All of us, dude.
yeah, but you can't. You have to lean into the opposite,
Right.
like the opposite in like knee jerk reaction. You can't just be like all offended. Like, there should not be a line in comedy.
There's
can't,
not,
There
right.
can't be a line in comedy. If you start drawing lines in comedy, you're not doing comedy anymore. You're doing what do you call it? Like ideology.
Yep.
Yeah, you're doing ideology, not comedy. It's two different things. You can't do them both. You have to be willing to laugh at yourself.
Yeah.
Well,
It took me so long to laugh at. I was the same
Well,
way.
I think
As
that's
a
like the
teen-
whole point of comedy is to be able to talk about stuff that's usually like off limits.
Uncomfortable.
In
Exactly.
normal conversation. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see. I run into that situation. I don't know, man. Back in like 2016, and man, I've struggled with depression and stuff most of my life, man. And I mean, it was extremely bad at that time, you know. Well, I mean, I watched South Park my whole life, and I'd laugh at everybody, dude. I mean, they would make fun of white, black,
Everybody.
Christian, Jews. I mean, nobody was off limits. And man, I sit back and just rolled laughing at everybody else. And then they said something, they made fun of like people that are suicidal. And I stepped back and I was like, you son of a bitch. And I was like, it took them 20 years, but they finally got me. They
Yeah.
finally hit something that was
Yeah.
home to me. And that's what made me realize that it's all right to sit back and laugh at everybody else. But man, if it touches something with you, then I'm going to get all pissy. Like, nah, dude, you sit back and you laughed at everybody else's issues that they were sensitive about. Be a man, fucking man up, laugh at the joke, and move on. You know? So,
Yeah, I mean, if you can get there mentally, it's really like
it's refreshing, dude.
yeah, I was gonna say cathartic, but that doesn't sound like the right word. It kind of helps you process and get through whatever it is you're dealing with if you can figure out ways to laugh.
If
at
you can
it.
figure a way to laugh at yourself of like, man, why am I feeling so depressed? Why am I feeling, suicidal? And then somebody makes a joke about that and you get pissed about it. And then you're like, oh, they finally got me. It took them 20
Yeah.
years, but they finally got me. And it kind of opens your eyes up to like, dude, everything is funny. It's whether you think it's funny or not is to every individual. But every single thing in this world is funny. It's just depending on the viewpoint
Or
and
can
how
be.
you look at it. Yeah, it can
Yeah,
be.
it can be,
It
yeah.
can be made into a joke. So
Yeah.
nobody's off limits. Zero. Like nobody is, including ourselves.
Now where you now here's not like I said, there's no line in comedy, but the line's not in comedy. The line is with people. Where you fuck up is when you start like targeting.
Yeah.
Like if you're just trying to be an asshole
To one
to
specific
one
group.
specific group, that's not okay.
But see, that's the thing. So we do this. We'll go on we'll go on a conservative page one time and talk shit, completely talk shit. Well, then we'll go on a liberal page one time and talk shit. But so the conservative page thinks all those they're a bunch of liberals. Well, then the liberals are like, oh, well, they're a bunch of fucking conservatives. We're none of the above. We're absolute. Let me refresh this. We are not political. We are not Rage Against the Machine. We're not fucking Kid Rock. We're not damn Ted Nugent. We're not any of the above. We're not any of that. We're not Sebastian Bach, thank God. We don't fucking care. We will make fun of everybody. And then it's even like if you, let's just say you make fun of straight people will be like, oh, well, you're straightophobic. If you make fun of gay people, you're gayophobic. Like, we make fun of everybody, including ourselves. Nobody is off limits.
Yeah, in my life experience, I've watched as people get older, they tend to get more political as they get older.
Yeah.
I'm going the complete opposite direction. I watched that debate the other week, and I laughed my ass off.
I watch it for the comedy, dude.
Yeah, I laughed the whole way through. Like, you can't take any of this seriously because it's not serious.
It's not.
None of them are saying what they mean. None of them mean what they say.
No.
None of them have any plans whatsoever to do anything that's going to benefit you. And if you can get to that point where you finally understand that there is no right or left, there's one team, and the team is them, and they're against you.
Yes, it's
not each other.
Yeah,
that's when you can start finding the little jewels of comedy and the things that they say, because it's like they're up there trying to convince themselves.
Well, it's always right wing, left wing. Like, that's the same damn bird, dude. It's the same bird that each wing is on. We just don't take. We're not political at all.
Yeah.
Like, I have a different political opinion than Jordan, and Jordan than Adam, and than Colton. All of us are completely different. And you know what, dude? We have difference of opinions in our own personal life. But as far as our music, we're not political. Like, we don't bring that political aspect. We make fun of everybody. So if you see something on one page, us picking at one, don't just think, oh, well, they're picking at them or they're picking at them.
Get in
Go
on
to
the
10
joke.
other pages.
Like, get in
Go
on the
to
joke
other
and have fun
pages
with
and
it.
look. We have got death threats, dude. We have literally, I've had my address posted online.
Oh,
yes, and told
Do you know
to go
who
to
did
boss.
it?
I know exactly who it did.
Okay, I was just saying, because if they do it anonymously, that's pussy shit.
No. I got swarmed, dude, with a bunch, and we make fun of bands. Hell, we make fun of ourselves. Why people are like, oh, you can't make fun of other bands. Bullshit, we can't make fun of other bands. Bull fucking shit. Ghost, number one, dude. Ghost fans lose their shit. Dude, Blake was a huge Ghost fan, man. I personally don't like them or hate them.
I don't dislike them, but it's so funny.
Yeah,
that people get
watching
so
people
mad.
lose their minds over. We got death threats from Sweden that they were going to catch us outside of the show and Epstein us. So it's amazing to me that it's the Beatles.
That's the whole
that's
Beatles
the easy.
thing,
Beatles
man.
stuff is
Y'all
funny, dude. I do enjoy the Beatles stuff. That's funny.
It's not that anybody in the band dislikes the Beatles or loves the Beatles. It's that Beatles fans lose their shit. Like, John Lennon's going to come in the middle of the night and give them a hand job if they defend them. Like, John Lennon, the ghost of John Lennon, is not going to come and give you a hand job if you defend them. They're a band. They're multimillionaires. Music is to be listened to, either pick on it, have fun with it, enjoy it. Whether it's picking on it or not, that means you're enjoying it.
Yeah, I think the moral of the story is, like, take the art seriously, not yourself.
Absolutely,
yeah, like
dude.
that. I wish more people were in that headspace. Like, it is funny to me when I get into conversations with people that take themselves too seriously. And it's like we're doing art. We're doing art. Like, let me put some perspective on it. It's the last thing that gets funded. It's the first thing that gets cut from budgets.
Yep.
The majority of people don't give a fuck about our art. They don't. Like, you have to accept that the majority, like, that's why tribute bands get more people in venues.
Yeah.
That's why people are still willing to pay $300-400 a ticket to go see a band and won't pay $10 to come see a local band.
Yeah.
It's because the majority of people don't give a fuck. Mm-hmm. So if you can be okay with that and still do your thing and understand that there's a whole community here. It's a lot of people.
It is.
It's not the vast majority of people, but it's a lot of people.
Yeah.
If we can live in that space, we can all have a good time. We can fuck with each other. That's kind of like, take the art seriously, not yourself.
Well, I had to kind of step back, I guess a couple of years ago, man. Like, if there was a musician out, dude, that like say I didn't like what they were saying or this or that, you know, publicly or whatever, I'd be like, well, I'm not listening to them anymore. Why? Their music's still the same, dude. You enjoyed their music before. You don't have to fucking hang out
Perfect
with them. You don't have
example.
to meet them.
Yeah.
It's art, dude. Enjoy the art. Yeah, they probably should have kept their mouth. They probably lost 50% of their fan base. They did, you know, and that's on them. But you can still enjoy their art and not agree with the things they say or the things they do or anything like that. They're a human being. They have the right.
Yeah.
But it's just art. Don't put the person with the art. You
One
know
of those
what I'm saying?
bands
It's
for
just
me is
art.
Cake. I love the band Cake. I think they're one of the most creative bands that ever came out of that '90s,
Yeah.
alternative music genre. They're so good. They're really good live. But man, dude, like I had to like stop following them on social media just because it's like nonstop political stuff, and I'm like, this isn't what I want to see. I want to enjoy the music,
Yeah.
and I don't want to hate you, so I'm just not going to.
Yeah.
I'm unfollowing.
Stop listening to their.
Yeah,
their
it gets super
talking.
frustrating real fast sometimes.
It does, man. Like Sebastian Bach is probably one of them, man. It's just,
He was great on Trailer Park Boys.
He was, yeah. They him and everybody's always fighting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's always got to fight with somebody, and it's not a hey, I'm picking just to have fun. At one point you pick back with me. He's always got a damn
Full
fight
blown
with
arguments on Facebook.
Yeah, it's
It's
full
hilarious.
blown like arguments, and you're just like, dude, you're killing this legacy. But then I had to step back
But
and
then
be like,
he'll do interviews and he's like, I don't know why the guys in Skid Row don't want to do a reunion tour with me, man. I'm just like, bro.
I agree, dude. Like, yeah, it's
It's funny because if you put that, I mean, I don't want to make it about money, but if you give me that if you put me in a position where I'm like comfortable and I don't have to worry about paying my bills, you're not going to see very much of me.
No,
Like I'm
just stay
like,
here, dude.
Yeah.
Come out to play shows.
So that's the
and-
part that puzzles me. Like, the stuff going on with Diddy. We were talking, my wife and I were talking about this morning, with the baby oil and like all the sex stuff. And I'm just like, why, dude? You've got all the money in the world. Like, why?
Well, some people just can't be happy with what they have either, though. You know what I'm saying?
I am
You
not
made
one
it-
of those people.
You
I
built an
bet
empire.
That dude's been doing that shit since the 90s, I'm
oh,
sure.
yeah, dude.
Oh,
They,
yeah.
We haven't gotten the Testarossa take on the Diddy stuff yet.
It's unfortunate that we, well, never mind.
Say it, Jordan.
Cross the line.
I will tell
A
you,
few $1 million would have been nice if we.
that Diddy did diddle me back in '97. So that's all I'll say.
You got
on
diddled
that.
by Diddy?
I got diddled by Diddy.
Ooh, you can say I got diddled by Diddy at a Testarossa show.
I did. Oh,
Is he
that's
the
a
new
good
Michael
shirt.
Right?
Jackson?
Huh?
Is he the new Michael Jackson?
He might be, dude. Actually, I think he's the Epstein, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I honestly
Black
think.
Epstein.
Yeah, because dude, there's going to be a list out there.
Cat Williams
nobody's
told
ever
us.
going to see it.
Cat Williams warned us.
Yeah, you saw that? Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
It said you walk past the wrong room or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude.
That's
Yeah.
wild, man. Everyone thought he was crazy for that interview. And like everything he said's like, it's all coming out.
Yeah.
It's true.
That's the thing with conspiracy
I still
theorists.
don't
Everybody
believe
look
the
at
books.
you like
I still
that.
don't believe he read that many books. Like, there's no way. There's no way.
It's
He does say like
that's the thing with being a conspiracy
I mean, he
theorist.
did
If
do
it
some jail
ever
time,
comes
so
out
maybe.
one day, people will never give you credit for it.
Yeah.
Like me personally, I feel like this is going to end like the Epstein thing did. Diddy's going to disappearing or end up hurting himself. And the lights are going to go off for 20 minutes, and then there'll be a list, and nobody will ever see a list because there's too many people on that list.
Yeah.
So that's
I don't
my
know what it
feeling.
is about money that makes people do wild shit like that.
Well, it's like
There's some fucked up shit like that.
they
I mean, I guess I don't know. An argument could be made that you kind of have to be a little off or crazy to like become that successful,
Yeah.
especially in the entertainment business. So.
well, as we know, as men never think about sex whatsoever. But now you put a ton of money in their lap, and it decides makes them go crazy, dude.
Yeah, you'll never,
us
ever
as
think
the
about
everyday
it.
man, we never
Never.
think about sex. It's that South Park episode you
It's
ever saw.
it's funny how much more, how like your level of attractiveness in relation to the amount of money you have. It's funny how that works, isn't it?
All I can say is Ed Sheeran. Nobody flirted with that motherfucker before he got famous.
No, not a thing, dude. Nobody. No, everybody was like,
He looks
"Oh,
like
Yeah, I don't-
he looks like the Walmart knockoff of Ron Weasley. I mean,
he's the wish version.
Yeah.
order
That's
from
all, like
Temu.
all these girls that I see. I'm like, oh, he's so cute. No, the fuck,
Yeah, I
he's
don't.
not.
I don't understand that one. I don't.
I actually liked his music, but then it changed when he got famous. Like he's like doing like
He's like a
completely
ginger
different-
frog. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Anybody, something I've always noticed, I love a band's first album or a musician's first album or whatever, is because, man, they wrote that at home.
Yeah.
It's not engineered to death. It's
Yeah.
like literally
Well,
there's
plus-
heart and soul
Yeah.
in it, you know?
Plus, you have like your whole life to write your first album, and then
Yeah.
and then usually after, like, if somebody gets big after that, they're like, all right, you guys got to have another album out in like 10 months or whatever.
And write it in the studio.
Yeah.
You know? Just doesn't
Yeah,
have the
well,
same
that's
feel.
one thing about how the landscape's changed. Like album rock is kind of a dying, or making albums
Oh, yeah.
is going away.
It's all
And
singles
it's
every
all
6 to 8
singles,
weeks or something like
You
that.
know, and you know, it's whatever. Like that's how the business is. I still love music enough to buy into the business, right? Like I still want to hear new music. So however I get it, that's how I get it. But I do love to listen to an album start to finish. I was having a conversation last night with one of our regulars about Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. And I've maintained for years and years and years, this is not a new thing, but I feel like that's the best rock and roll album that's ever been made.
It's a good album.
Because from start to finish, you're not skipping anything. And the number of instruments that is incorporated on that album, the use of background singers, and like just everything about that album
The whole
is,
production into it.
is amazing. And you know, like you don't get that anymore. Nobody writes like that anymore.
No.
You know, like you know, the closest you can get is like TV series. We'll
Yeah.
write a story from start to finish.
Yeah.
You know, and so you know, with today's landscape being what it is, it's like you know, you can be in you. I think it's kind of worse. I think you can write an album in 2 years, right? But if you put out a single, if you want to build something, you need another one in a couple of months, and then another one in a couple more months, and another one in a couple more months. I feel like taking the time to write an album and put it out there, that's a little less challenging, to be honest.
The way.
I can see that.
Do what?
No, yeah, I could see that. I mean, especially if you have as much time as you need. And
Right.
plus, like, I mean, sometimes you might have like an old idea from like 2 or 3 years ago, and you're like, let's bring that thing back and like rework it and whatever. And you end up mashing a bunch of songs together.
We've done that quite a bit.
What are y'all doing? Are y'all writing now?
We are.
Yeah.
Well, we have been.
Are you working towards an album, or are you looking at singles?
So we write everything as an album, basically. Like we'll be like, okay, we need 10 songs but like you were talking about a minute ago, it's everybody singling it out. Well, our whole album that we have now, Late for the Party, has been singled out.
Yeah.
With a couple of added in songs. But so like we would send it to the management, and you know everything goes through Virgin Music or whatever, you know. So they'd come back and they'd be like, nah, man, let's do a single. Let's don't put the album out. Let's do a single. So we'd pick one off there, do a video for it, single it. We're like, okay, well, we're going to release this album. Nah, man, put another single. Because it kind of pigeonholes you into, like, once you put that album out, so like right now, and it being, you know, September, it would automatically show by the end of the year, that's old news, man. That's a 2024 album. You know, so if you're singling, man, it never gets labeled as, so we could still have the same song and just put it out at the beginning of the next year instead of releasing it this year. And now we've got the whole year to go to where that song's relevant. Once it hits, you know, December 31st, it's like that song's not relevant anymore. It's considered last year's music.
Never really thought about it like
Yeah, I
that.
can
Yeah.
see that.
So they're really big, but we are going to finish. We've got one more song on this album that we're just going to release with the album. So fingers crossed it'll finally come out, the whole album, so you can see the artwork that Claire did. And because Claire, Colton's wife, she did every single piece of artwork on the album. And
So the
it's
stuff that you're writing now is
amazing.
coming out. It's got Colton singing on it.
Yeah, everything that we have that's the album wise, it'll have Colton on it.
Yeah, this album.
Yeah, this album that'll be released, which is most of it's been singled out already. But there'll be a new song that'll come out with them called "Until You Got It All." That's the only one we haven't released off of the album yet. But we are in the process of working on a covers album. So yeah, we've always wanted to do a covers album just for fun, and we're going to do probably a limited pressing on it. But the title is going to be Covered in Shit. That's the name of the covered album, Covered in Shit. It's got a picture of Colton's big, huge dog taking a shit out in the field. So,
Wait. Which one?
what is that
The
dog?
Sheba?
No. He's got a big, it's like a
The big-
horse dog. I could ride that dog, dude.
Well,
What
you're
is his
tiny.
name? Brutus?
Yeah, but that's
Is it Brutus?
Brutus. That's it.
Oh, okay.
That dog's
Hands up to
scary.
Brutus. Shout out to Brutus.
I love Colton's dog.
They what is it, Cane Corso? Thing
It's
is
Yeah.
huge. Like it stands up and it's way taller than me.
Dang.
So which isn't saying a lot, but you know. So yeah, we are going to put a covers album out. But
How
next,
are you picking what songs to cover?
I think we've
we
all
had
kind
a
of
list. I don't remember any.
Is it like everyone picks one, or
Yeah, pretty much. It's some stuff that we did live, like in the past. Like we're going to do a Skid Row, Get the Fuck Out. That's going to be one of them. Definitely.
Might do a Fast Pussycat cover.
Yeah, we're all huge Faster Pussycat fans. You know, let's see. A lot of it's going to be
What
like
else?
B-side type stuff because
cool?
man,
I
I
like
get
that. I
so
feel that.
sick of hearing
The
like
same shit over and over?
I'm a huge Def Leppard fan, and I would literally hang myself if I had to hear "Pour Some Sugar on Me" on a damn daily basis. Like, play some B-side shit, you know, like for the love of
Not
God.
covering any Def Leppard songs.
No, if we
Not
did,
because I
though, I'd
don't
love
like
to-
them. It's just too many. That's too much work. That's too many tracks.
Yeah, you're not kidding, dude. They,
I feel like layering 8 guitar
I would
parts
do
and
something off of
20
like High and Dry.
20 vocal
are you
harmonies.
producing it all? Are you putting it all together yourself?
Joe, our regular producer, will be doing most of the recording ourselves, but Joe will definitely be on this album as well. He'll be
Right on.
producing it. Joe's our producer. Joe and Sean, like
Yeah.
nobody else touches our stuff but them.
Super awesome
Yeah, we
guys.
just they're
You got guys you
great
trust.
dudes. Man, they're family. I mean, they're like fifth and sixth members of the band. You know, what I mean,
Right on.
they know more about us than I think we know about ourselves. So it's wild, man. They can make me sound good. So that's, I mean, you guys have heard me play live. I'm always off, you know.
I've heard you sing live.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to deal with that. But no, they're family, man. So yeah, it's they're literally like a part of the band. So we'll always be with those dudes, no matter where we go, whatever we do. That'll be them.
Oh, good. It's
Joe
good to have
Fox.
people you can trust in your circle.
Oh yeah, dude,
You
they're
know what I'm
family.
saying? Yeah, it's hard to find people like that,
Yeah.
especially when you start seeing a little bit of success. When you
Yeah.
start seeing a little bit of success, you gotta really be on guard with new faces. Stuff.
It like 2018, man, when we got Danny on the song or whatever, dude. Like people were coming out of the woodworks,
Yeah.
man. It was insane. Well, I need you to do this for me. I need you to. Well, how about you fucking do something for yourself? You know, like you think I did this, like just woke up and this happened. Like I work. I would work when others are asleep. You know, like everybody wants to be a rock star, but nobody wants to put into work
Yeah.
to do it. You know, you have to be working when other people are asleep, man. You know, so. But everybody thinks it's easy. It's not fucking it. Music business is not easy. It is exactly what's in the title, business. It is
Yeah,
100%
it's time. It's
business.
like I said earlier, man. Like
Yeah.
it's the vast majority of people don't care.
Yeah. Well,
They
it's,
don't.
they
That's
think it's a
why- that-
lifestyle.
Yeah,
It's not a lifestyle. It's a business. You run it as a business. Of course, we love what we do, but if we went out and got
No, I
shit-faced drunk, you know, and high on blow all the time and stuff. I mean, yeah, it looks rock star as hell, but where do you go? Right back to your house at the end of the night. You know what I mean? Passing out somewhere. I mean, you didn't accomplish anything, you know?
yeah.
So, nobody extra heard your music, you know, nobody's interested in it because they're like, well, they're a loose cannon, man. I mean, fuck, we can't do anything with those guys, you know? So,
Yeah, you're seeing a lot of the bands that we grew up on. You're seeing like the lineups have changed in a lot of them because like one or two members can't like keep their shit. We just saw Korn last week in concert, and,
Yeah.
and I saw somebody who was like, "Well, where's Fieldy at?" And I was like,
Oh, he's been gone.
Yeah, he's been gone for a while. Like,
I think Head just come back, so many years ago
A
or
few
something?
years
He had
back,
left.
yeah.
Yeah, he had left for a while.
yeah.
They,
I mean, look, it's hard to keep. And then, that's. I mean, if we're gonna do the, we're gonna do the meta thing and like get deeper into it. Let's talk about how some people have a hard time handling success. You know, you spend your whole life writing music, and then you have a hit. Then now all of a sudden you've got money, attention, all the things that come with success, and a lot of people have a hard time with that. That's why you see a lot of people struggle with addiction and
Yeah.
crazy, erratic behavior and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Especially,
Yeah.
I think, especially in, I guess sports too, but in music a lot of times because people start getting famous when they're, anywhere from like 16 to, 21 or whatever. And it's like, if you were to give me
just not-
$10 million and I was 20 years old, I'd probably be dead.
you're not equipped
Right?
with the tools to handle that. You're
Yeah.
just not. It's the same thing with like sports stars. These 22-year-olds putting $10 million
Well, shit, now
in their
in
hand.
college with like the NIL deals and stuff, it's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
18 years old and they're making $5, $6, $7 million.
I could
a year,
not
whatever.
imagine being 18
Yeah.
years old. I would be, God, I've been arrested
I
or
would-
dead, like you said.
I mean, I'm not successful by any stretch of the word, but I get recognized in public law, and it is uncomfortable.
Yeah. Oh,
it,
yeah.
it really is.
And it's like I'm trying to hang out with my daughter, man. Like,
So I guess I'm the exact opposite, man. Like
You love it?
Well, I'm not really like I'm definitely not an attention whore by any means, but
You're not.
No, not buddy.
I've always just been kind of outspoken. I've always just been myself,
He
you
just
know.
doesn't know how to shut the fuck up.
Never. They.
I was watching an interview with Snoop Dogg once, and this subject came up about like people always trying to talk to you and stuff. And Snoop said something that stuck with me, and I try to practice it as much as I can. He said, "Man, I just match your energy. When people come at me like, hey, Snoop, what's up?' Snoop's like, hey, man, what's going on, man? Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Like he just kind of matches the energy, and it's like then they get that feeling that they connected with you, and you can kind of move on.
Give them a
easy.
story to tell, dude.
Yeah.
And I think that's all people want. And that's what I've always like, dude. I've been playing music forever. People always come up, oh my god, dude. I like either you guys fucking suck or that's what we get most of the time. No. But people come, oh man, like I saw you guys with such and such. Man, you guys were awesome. Blah 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 blah. And I'll usually shoot the shit with them for a while. Because I feel the same way as a fan about somebody that I like. Like I like having a story to tell, man. Like it's like, oh man, I run into one of my favorite artists, and we sit there and shot shit for a while, and he said this or that, and it's a story to tell your family and a story to tell your kids that you met somebody that you admire what they do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like not that they're above anything or oh my god, these guys are like gods. They're like
Influence.
You just
They're an
literally
influence on you.
you enjoy what they do. That they do and put out into the world. So.
Yeah, I
think
mean,
it's
I
just a
still
story.
get like emotional at concerts sometimes,
Hell
like
yeah,
especially if it's a band that I've loved for decades
Right.
and never seen them before. Like first time I saw The Cure was like maybe 10 years ago. Love that band. I was like choked up. I was like, fucking can't believe I'm hearing Pictures live. Like
Yeah,
it's
dude.
fucking amazing.
Yep.
Like. Shit, I mean, it happened to me at the Chord show, man. They're playing like that old. They played Blind, and like in the middle of Blind, one of their heaviest songs. I'm just like,
Well, it takes you back to a
Yeah,
time in your
it's
life, dude.
so
Music is memories, dude.
Yeah.
Like what you were doing when you heard that song or what you relate that song to. Man, I was the same way. Of course, I'm not going to tell my age, but back in the day,
You're old as fuck. We know
hey,
it.
when I was a huge Def Leppard fan growing up, and the first time I ever got to see them, which, it's been a while back, it was just like, man, it was a surreal moment for me. It's like I had waited my whole life for that moment.
I had
And
that
it's-
same feeling the first time I saw Violent Femmes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great feeling, man, and you relate those songs to those stories of how you grew up or what you were, who you were with at the time.
You'll start
Fuck you,
pulling
bro.
memories that you ain't thought of in years. Well,
Yeah, exactly, man.
It's funny how a song can just go pluck out a memory, and you're like,
Yeah.
whoa.
You'll
Give
think
you a
about
certain
people
feeling.
that you haven't thought about in
Yeah,
years.
dude. It's wild.
Actually, when we had the Soundgarden tribute here, and they played Black Hole Sun, is Black Hole Sun is one of my favorite songs, and it made me realize I will never get to see that performed live by Soundgarden, and it just hit me right there. And I was standing by the subwoofer, and I was like, "I'm good, I'm good." I'm trying to film shit. I'm like, "I'm all right, I'm all right."
What about you, Jordan? You ever get choked up at a concert?
No.
Oh yeah,
no,
he
I'm
does. He gets choked up backstage at our
I was
concerts.
gonna say that's me after.
Damn it! As soon as I,
I mean,
said it, I
have you
knew.
ever seen Jordan on stage? He turns into a magical beast.
Completely.
They do
different
have
person
unicorn
on
energy.
stage.
I don't
They-
know. Like his hair starts moving on its own. It's weird.
Yeah.
Maybe I guess. I mean, it was pretty cool seeing. I got to see when Van Halen brought Roth back in like 2015, I think.
Yeah.
Just because they were like the early Van Halen stuff is what made me want to get in a band. So that was pretty cool. Even though they sounded not the best, it was cool though still. But
Ingve. When you get to
Ingrid,
see
yeah. No, that was a cool one too. Yeah. seen Ingve.
That makes sense. Knowing how you play and knowing that these are your influences, that makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
It must have taken you a long time to get to this level. Like, what was the, excuse me, I'm curious. How old were you when you picked up a guitar?
I know this story, but I'm going to let you.
I tried to start when I was like 12, and I just didn't like have the patience. So I put it down. So actually, I really started playing after my dad passed away when I was 50, because he played guitar and he was a good guitar player, like played all the Ingve stuff and everything. So after that, I had like one of his CDs and old VHS tape, the old Ingve lesson from like '87 or whatever. So, dude, I sat in front of the TV and watched that tape for like, I don't even know. I'd try to play all the Ingve licks for like 5, 6, 7 hours a day for like 5 years, and then that was about it. And then I kind of quit practicing and
ended up in this shit.
That's inspiring, man. Like you lost your father and you figured out how to stay connected to him.
Yeah, I think that's exactly. Yeah, it was cool. Being able to like play along with his like solos and stuff like that. And yeah, it was definitely like I don't know. It's probably some kind of coping mechanism or something.
Yeah, well, no, it is.
It is.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's a way to stay connected,
Yeah.
and it's a positive way to stay connected. Because at 15 years old, you could have been like, well, let me do some drugs to numb this pain, but instead you just
It's
lock
like,
yourself up.
that happened also.
Well, you know what I mean. People
Yeah.
get out of control with that stuff, but you found a productive way to grieve, and it gave you a lifelong skill that no one can take away from you, and now you've got success because of it. So,
Worst decision I've ever made. No.
so I'm not saying that it was a good thing your dad died. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you had something. You found a way to make something positive out of it.
No,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
for sure.
He's a damn prodigy. Like, it
No
pisses
shit.
me off. I think it pisses everybody in the band off, and everybody he's around.
Well,
is
when I
not
see
that
it, I
good.
know I recognize hard work. Like when I see Jordan play, I'm like, I think about being locked up in a room as a teenager with no social life, just playing guitar all the
That's-
time, and that's pretty much
That's
what it
exactly
was, right?
yeah.
yeah, but hell, he's a better drummer than I am. He's a better damn bass player. The only thing he's
You know
lacking
what, buddy?
is the
Up your
vocalist.
fucking game then.
I know. No, you
Jeez.
can't. He's a damn prodigy, man. Like,
Not that good.
So honestly, it's great having somebody that recognizes drums in the band too, because you get stuck in your own head writing. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
he'll come in with a riff, and I'll be like, "Well, man, this sounds good with it," and I'm like, man, I don't know." I'm like, "Man, what'd you have in mind?" And he can get right behind the kit and be like, "Dude, what
four
about-"
on the floor, you
Yeah.
dumb piece of shit.
And the first album, it was 4 on the floor, you son of a bitch. And I was like, I've never played 4 on the floor in my life. Like,
We didn't hire you to think.
dude, growing up playing drums, it was like, that was taboo. You did not hit the kick drum and the snare at the same time. You did not do it. It was not happening. How dare you? How dare you? And then when I entered this band, they're like 4 on the floor, and then you're hitting the kick and the snare at the same time. And it's like, it's so wrong. It's just,
Isn't
as a
that what
drummer-
got what's Metallica's drummer's name?
Lars?
Lars. Isn't that why people shit on Lars?
I don't know. I don't really hear him playing a lot of 4 on the floor. I think they pick on him because,
He's
well, they just
It's
he
fun.
plays weird beats. Yeah, if you'll notice, like me, I wouldn't think to play like him. Like he'll put like a roll in the middle of a measure or something, and I'm like, where the hell did that come from? You know, it just doesn't
It's
sound
almost
like,
like he
but it
doesn't
fits.
like your rhythm section's usually like your bass and your drums, and they're kind of playing in tandem. But it's almost like he's playing in tandem with Hetfield.
Yes,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Well, Buddy most of the time will follow along with what I'm doing on guitar as
Yeah.
opposed to the bass.
I play the guitar. I don't play the bass. Yeah, it's wild, man. Most drummers played.
with the bass. Yeah.
I tell you something else is crazy. Like Tool's drummer, was it Dana?
Dana Carey.
Yeah.
Danny Carey.
Dude's insane, man. I've tried
Yeah.
to. If you as a drummer try to learn a Tool song, and you're trying to like when you're going back to remembering it and trying to lead off of like vocals or bass or guitar, you can't do it. You have to know that drum part in your head and block out everything else that's going on around you because you can't follow them. There's no following those guys, like, because nothing matches. Like, the drums do not match the guitars. They don't match the bass. There's no keys in those songs to tell you, okay, it goes into a roll or it does a feel or this or that. You have to know it.
So I watched a lot of the YouTube on Danny Carey during the pandemic. I was watching a lot of his, and what they do is math. They're more math than art, and it's like they're on record saying, like, they're taking different time signatures and finding ways to lay them over each other to make it make sense. That's why, like the last album, personally, and I'm probably going to get crucified for this, but it was a snoozer. I didn't think it was very good.
Yeah.
But it's a bunch of shit that they had written over the years that they were never able to work into albums. So it's like all these leftover shit that they're trying to match together, and it kind of came out a little boring to me. I still love the band, but I don't know. I think so.
Now that makes me.
I didn't-
I had a thought. I was like, okay, so the people who don't like Tool, they suck at math.
No, it's
I'm just curious.
People that don't like Tool because of their fans. It's the same reason that we hate Cowboys, because it's not so much the organization that I hate; it's their fucking fan base.
Well, it's same with Ghost. Like, same with Beatles.
Yeah.
Like, it's not the way we dislike the band. It's we dislike the fan base.
Yeah.
Like, stop being cucks.
Slayer's a fun one to make fun
Yeah,
of
oh
'cause
my
people lose
God,
their
dude.
shit over that.
Although
Oh
it is
my
fun
God.
to pull up to a drive-through and say "fucking Slayer," and then just drive off.
It's
How old were you the last time you did that?
3 or 4 years
Okay,
ago.
I was
2
gonna
weeks
say.
ago.
It wasn't that long.
I did it 2 weeks ago. I wouldn't have been surprised.
No, it's
Now when I pull up to the drive-through, I'm mean business. I'm trying to get some food.
I saw something the other day. It's like it was talking about. It's like how everybody will categorize themselves as like, okay, I'm straight, I'm gay, I'm trans, and then at the bottom it says, I'm going to be ordering a double cookout tray with a cheeseburger, and let me get a chicken quesadilla with this. That's me. That's what I identify
the fries
my
and
as.
sweet tea?
Is let me get that damn cookout tray.
Yes.
I'm not labeling myself as straight or gay. I'm labeling myself as I'm a fat ass.
I'm hungry.
Get me my damn food today.
He's the cookout
And
tray.
my order's going to be difficult because I'm going to be like, no mayonnaise, no white and creamy on it. So
You and Timmy, man.
yeah.
Mayonnaise is disgusting. Okay.
Yeah.
No,
it's
no, no,
gross.
no.
Let's just- let's be honest with
I'm talking about
ourselves.
their cookout orders.
I love
Oh.
mayonnaise.
But still, mayonnaise is disgusting.
They
It's egg white and fat whipped into a cream. That's
Man-
disgusting.
man A's. That's what I view mayonnaise.
I love
as.
man glaze.
Man glaze. I can't do anything white and creamy. I can't eat it. I've been like that since a kid. Like
He's the
Alfredo,
straightest
nothing.
man you know.
Yeah, right.
I'm literally the straightest eater you will ever. Like, nope, can't eat that.
He don't even eat Alfredo sauce.
Not even eat mashed potatoes that are runny. That's right.
Well, I mean, who would?
Runny mash. That's a
That's
sin.
gross. Unless you're making
Especially if
potato
you-
soup, that's it.
Kinda hits the
Especially
gag
if you live in the
reflex.
South, man. If you live in the South and you got some runny
You
ass
said runny mashed potatoes. I just looked at you like, oh, buddy.
We talk about mayonnaise. I can feel like a gag hit in the back of my throat, dude. Alfredo sauce, ranch, none of it.
ranch is the worst. If you ever worked
Ranch
in a
is gross.
restaurant, if you ever worked in a restaurant in the South, you will hate ranch dressing.
Oh,
I
smell
just
it.
hate it. Ugh.
I mean, I wasn't eating it to begin with, but I came up working in bars and restaurants and stuff, and just the way people use ranch
They
is
dip
disgusting.
pizza in ranch. That's
Yeah,
nasty.
like I worked for this one place that gave you like the free yeast rolls, which already is kind of disgusting. Like it's, but people would, and you give them like the little honey butter with it, but then they want ranch dressing to dip their buns.
Let me get some
in there.
ranch with that.
And I'm like,
Oh.
and then they want to put, they
Ranch
order their
burgers.
food, and well, no, they get ranch dressing on their salad. Okay, fair enough, salad dressing, whatever. But then for their meal, they want a steak, and they want it well done.
They're covered in ranch.
So I'm already like, what's wrong with you? And then they want another side of ranch
offense to
to
that.
dip their steak in. I'm like, how about I just bring you a bowl of ranch and you give me
You
20
just do
bucks and we
it.
call it a fucking day? How about that? It's disgusting because you're running back and forth for ranch all the time.
That reminds me. There was one. I don't know if it was SNL or Mad TV where they did gravy and they just coated everything in gravy.
Gravy.
It just everything in ranch. Just coat
gravy
everything in
on that
ranch.
shit?
It was like the gravy restaurant or some shit. It was
You
disgusting.
should do a some kind of like ranch shot or something. Do a ranch shot special.
We got to quit talking about this.
I
dude, really.
guarantee people will order
stomach
the shit
turning.
out of
They
it.
will.
Probably
They
would.
will.
You know what? You could probably do a straight shot of a liquor and then get some of that ranch powder and just dip the tip of the. Oh God, that's gross.
We got to get off this subject.
Yeah.
My stomach
I'm
is
grossing
churning.
myself out just talking about this shit. Thanks, Jordan.
Ooh, it's churning, dude. Like,
Oh.
I'm telling you, like if I mental picture something, it's over. And I'm mental picturing somebody taking a shot of ranch. And
I was just like the rim of the shot glass. That's it.
Sounds like a punishment.
It does.
that's what I imagine hell is like.
But I bet you somebody would order it though. I'm just saying.
Ooh.
Somebody, sure. Right?
Somebody's
Not
for sure.
me. I'm not taking that shot with you. Oh, so all right, moving on.
Sorry.
Yeah, I can't now. I'm kind of like, fuck,
yeah.
dude. We pigeonholed ourselves into this conversation about ranch dressing.
ahead and get a Tums out of it.
I just want to go brush my teeth. Like,
I smell like ranch now.
So when's y'all's next show?
December the 13th at Amos's South End in Charlotte. It's gonna be an amazing show.
Who else on that bill?
Beyond the Fade, it's a comeback show.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, dude, they haven't played what 3 years?
Oh,
don't
that's
know.
so Neil
Couple years,
Jackson.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, they got all the all original members come to back do it.
Wow,
Yeah, it's
reunion
gonna
that's,
be a
show.
that's
banger,
shit,
dude.
man. I'm gonna have to. It's a Friday night.
I think so,
I'm
doing-
gonna
I
have to-
know. I was already looking at it. I was
Yeah.
like,
I think
fuck.
they're-
I'm
yeah.
looking
Shut
at
the
the
rooster down that night, dude, and
Shut the rooster down. Let's all go to Amos's.
I'll tell John. I'll be like, dude, 2% or 5% of the bar goes to the rooster that night, dude, because they shut it down to come out to this show.
I already looked at the calendar.
We and our friends in Scars Remain, they're gonna be playing all
Love those
phenomenal.
guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they've played
good
up here as
friends.
well, haven't
Yeah.
they? Great group of guys, man. But we're gonna have a special vocalist that night.
I was
So,
gonna ask who's stepping in.
Yeah, I can't.
He's
I
not
can't
gonna tell you.
quite release it yet.
Okay.
It's a coming. But let's just.
Okay.
They don't say nothing. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun night, man. So I mean, it's literally you're gonna see Beyond the Fade that hasn't played in 3 years out live, and man, those guys say put on a hell of a show.
I think they're doing some new music too.
They are, man.
I believe.
I,
Oh, cool.
I talked to Neil the other day. Like it is. Let's just say there's gonna be. This is gonna be a big show. I mean, a
Yeah.
really big show. They're going all out digital. I mean, there's going to be some stuff you do not see from, somebody in this area going out, to play
Cool.
a show. It's going
Cool.
to be a huge show. So it's going to sell out. It does every time Beyond the Fade plays. So they, which we could say that about Testarossa. But yeah, it's going to sell out, man. So I would tell people, get those tickets at, amoses.com or go on our Facebook at Testarossa Rocks, and we'll have a link on there, man, because it's definitely going to sell out. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it should be a blast, man.
Yeah,
Three.
and if
three
you haven't
great
seen
bands.
Testarossa live, they are one of the most fun live bands to watch. Just the energy, just everything about what they do. Yeah, you've done great, dude. I love what you guys are doing,
Yeah.
man.
I think
I've seen you in a barn. I've seen you on the big stage. I've seen you here, and every time you guys play, no matter where you're at,
It's the same.
It's the same. It's the same level of effort going into it. I love how you guys approach it that way. Whether there's 10 or 1,000 people in front of you, you're putting in the work
yeah.
and giving the best show possible. And it's been really fun to get close with you guys and watch you guys grow.
I know. I
Yeah,
feel so
thank you, man.
special.
A lot of people will come off stage, like our stage persona is very cocky.
Yeah.
It's very, very cocky. That's, and we'll come off stage and, talk to people, and people are like, man, I thought you guys were going to be dickheads.
They
and we're
are.
like, man, that's a stage persona,
Yeah. It's a show. We're
it's a
putting on
show,
a show.
man. It's a
Yeah.
play, and a lot of people don't realize that about bands is when they're on stage, man, it is a play.
Yeah.
You're getting a show. That's not who that person is off stage. You have to separate yourself, who you are on stage and who you are off. Now, this dude right here, completely different person. I still bring a little bit of myself to the stage, but that dude, it's like night and day, man. He hits the stage and it's You know, it's like
No,
like
we
the
get done.
switch.
Get done playing. I'm ready to go hide somewhere.
Yeah, yeah, he'll go hide. Like,
He's like, I don't
don't
want
wanna-
people talking to me.
like,
Sorry.
like, Jordan, go to the merch booth. Hey, and he'll go outside, like, hide, you know?
I remember the first time Jordan said a full sentence to me, and I went to Timmy. I was like, "Oh my god, that's the most I've ever heard Jordan."
It's
That's
magical.
Jordan's
I
ever
thought he
talked
was
to
a
me.
mute.
Magical. And they, yeah, it's like a pooping unicorn. It's very magical, dude.
That's funny you said unicorn because I was going to say it earlier. Like you do have unicorn energy on stage. It's just what that's the best way to describe it.
You're so sparkly.
Yeah, yeah, you are.
You know,
It's like that scene in Wayne's World where Dreamweaver kicks in and he's starting to see. Oh, the dream. That's Jordan, man.
Jordan.
they, it is
Idea for your
crazy.
next reel.
There you go.
They, yeah, it's definitely a different person on stage,
is,
man.
it is.
Like quiet as hell, like just kind of
Mm-hmm.
meek and humble, and then get on stage like, holy shit, cowboy! Like
Yeah.
that's wild.
Well,
Right.
you know, real gangsta ass homies don't flex nuts because real gangsta ass homies know they got them.
Yeah, well, yeah. Got to be down with the hood, G.
It's a great. Can we end on a Scarface lyric? Can we just cut it off there? No.
Yeah, too much television watching got me chasing dreams.
Right?
Yeah.
Nah, but all right. Before we wrap up, is there anything else you want to plug? Anybody else you want to give love to? Shout out.
Well, of course, you know our management. They the label group. They just had. You know, everything goes through Virgin Music. They started working with Billy Morrison.
It's funny that you're on a label called Virgin.
Yeah, Virgin. I know they ain't a damn person in this band been a virgin many a year. So they just put out a album with Billy Morrison. He's the guitar player of Billy Idol. He just did a solo album, and they got Ozzy Osbourne on the album. It's called Crack Addict. And they just did a song with Corey Taylor and stuff like that. So man, it's like, dude, our management.
Did you say Corey Taylor?
What does Loudwire think about Corey Taylor? What does Corey Taylor have to say? But no, they just did a song.
They do fucking love him.
That's
don't
all.
they?
We're all sitting around waiting, like, what will Corey Taylor think about this? You know, what does Corey Taylor think about his son's band? You know, like, of course that's his son's band. Of course he likes them. He's not gonna
Yeah.
throw shit about them. But you know, they just put that out. So also, of course, you know, Colton, our singer, is still working with the band. He's still a main factor in
Part of
writing.
the family.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you know, Colton had to step away. You know, family. They doing his own thing, but of course he's still with the band. He's helping write. We just need a vocalist, and it's not that you have to be the greatest or the worst. You have to have like stage presence, and that's what's so hard to find is that flamboyant person that gets out there and really gets the crowd going. He was just kind of
frontman.
one of a kind on
Yeah.
it. you
Yeah.
know? And we're
Yeah.
not trying to find another Colton by any means. We're
No,
not,
but you got to have somebody that does have
Matches.
some of the same traits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't have to do it just like Colton. They don't even have to sound just like Colton.
No.
No,
They have
we-
to just be
you
able
can't
to
replace
match
Colton.
that energy is all.
Yeah. You know, I wouldn't want a drummer to come in and play, you know, exactly what I play. Man, add your own flavor to it, you know?
Yeah.
You can't duplicate Buddy Radford.
No, thank God. Thank God you can't. But so I mean, we're going to be holding auditions. You know, dude, send us a video. Just shoot us a video over. Check our stuff out. See if you like it. You know,
But you also have to be prepared to go on a tour. If
yeah,
need be, and,
you
like,
have to
get-
be serious. I will
Yeah.
say this, like I've said in every other band when we've looked. For the love of God, no drugs. Like,
Yeah.
smoke a little weed every once in a while. Hey, man, more power to you, you know? But, man, you got a raging coke addiction. It's probably not going to be the band for you, dude. You know,
Yeah.
you're probably going to get your ass whooped and sent home, you know? But we're very easy to work with. It's just finding, and dear God, don't be sensitive. For the love of God, please don't be sensitive, you know? Because, man, you will not make it with us. But we just need that stage persona that brings what the band brings, you know, to the
Yeah.
table, you know, and that's what's hard to find. And, you know, we were working with a singer at one time, and he's a phenomenal singer. I mean, just phenomenal.
And we
And
almost started
yeah,
playing stuff, and then we kind of just ended up
it just
kind of
wasn't
taking a year
fit.
off though too.
Yeah, we kind of took some time off, which I'm not gonna lie, it's been phenomenal, man. I've not taken time off, you know, in hell 30 years, you know, so that tells a little bit about my age. So, I'm not taking time off music-wise in forever. So it's finding that right fit. I mean, this guy was a phenomenal vocalist, but I mean, he also had a lot of other bands too he worked with, and it just didn't fit the way we wanted it to fit. But I mean, he's just a phenomenal vocalist, phenomenal guy too. It's just finding that right fit for us,
So if you think that's you,
we're gonna do auditions. Send in sex tapes. I mean, send in videotapes. What you think,
so
Jordan? What are you looking for in a vocalist?
I don't know.
I mean, if I
you
could
say?
sing,
I don't know.
I would put somebody on drums, which I got more of a Fred Durst type feel to me, So I would kind of be like, instead of our style of music. So, we've got of course,
I think I was gonna say, I mean, we might sound a little bit different when we start writing newer stuff, but somebody that at least appreciates or is influenced by some of the more older, like classic rock style of music. I'm not trying to be new and whatever. I mean,
not try to invent a wheel.
Yeah, I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. Exactly.
there's somebody that has the genuine passion for the same style and stuff, not somebody that's kind of acting.
So, because I mean, we still all love like just straight just rock and roll, and
Yeah, there's not a lot of people out there making just good old fashioned rock and roll.
No.
No,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be fun, man. It's supposed to be a party, and that's
Like I don't understand. Like something happened in like the last 10 years where people just out of nowhere started shitting on AC/DC. I'm like, fuck
fun,
you, dude.
man.
That's
It's fun
fun. That's
music.
fun. Party rock and roll.
yeah,
man.
dude. Like, well, something happened in the
Not
90s.
everything's supposed to be fucking deep and
Not everything has to be deep,
insightful.
dude.
Like sometimes you just want to rock the fuck out, man.
And just because you're singing a song doesn't mean that you believe what it's like a movie. You wrote a movie. It's a song. Like movie creators don't get as much shit as songwriters. Like I can't believe you wrote that. Like it's a fucking song.
Same thing
Enjoy
with
it.
comedians
Listen
too.
to it.
Like comedians are just telling jokes. They don't necessarily believe everything they say.
It's entertainment, dude. It's something happened in the 90s, when you had Nirvana and all that come along, man, is it went from party, working your ass off to fuck,
To being
man,
depressed?
Everything's so sad. Like, oh man, why am I here? Like, and then it was just like, where the fuck did the fun go, man? Like when you come to a show, have a good time, man. Like that's what it's for. You're at work, put on some Testarossa, man. Fucking have a blast. Go to the gym, work out.
Put on
have
some
a blast.
Testarossa, yeah.
Have a blast, dude. Like
Get home
we're-
with your lady. Go
we're
get
not-
freaky. Put
we're
on some
not that deep.
Testarossa.
We're not that deep, dude. We're really not. Like, have a good time. Have a good time and shut the fuck up. That's basically our motto, That's pretty much
That's
it.
actually the perfect place
Yeah.
to end it.
Yeah.
Have a good time
shut
and
the
shut
fuck
the
up.
fuck up. Like, stop being a pussy.
Thanks again for doing this, man.
No, thank you, man.
Is there something else?
Well, I was going to talk about, Blake had left.
Okay.
Blake, us and Blake Webb had parted ways about a year ago. Blake's still a great friend of ours, loving to death. It was nothing personal. We just going different routes on music. So we've added Adam Morris to our lineup, which Adam's been a good friend of ours for a long time. Played in Graceful Regret together.
Oh, okay.
And Adam played in Paralysis for a while. I don't know if you guys know Paralysis, great band from the area. Glad to have him back on board with us.
Wow. Sorry you couldn't be here, Adam. We could have got to know you a little
suck.
bit.
Well, Adam's on vacation right now in Hawaii, which is not remotely true.
Oh, wow.
I just fucking made that up.
Right on. Well,
We're
thank you
also,
again. I appreciate you guys being here and doing
Always
this.
a pleasure, guys.
Yeah,
Always a
it's
pleasure.
Always fun. I love when
Did
you
you
come to
say
shows.
I think Jordan said also.
Also,
no, it's not important.
No, go ahead.
We're also looking for a caregiver for Buddy.
Yeah.
Trying to keep, as long as possible, we're going to try to keep him out of the assisted living home.
I'm trying.
Okay.
change diapers.
It's just becoming too much for me to handle by myself.
Well, see, what most people don't understand when I'm behind the drum kit, I'm actually not moving or awake. There's a stick shoved up my ass and got me moving. Like back there, I'm never awake while I'm back there. I'm always sleeping. So I'm getting old, guys.
Have you ever thought about putting on a diaper for a show?
I have. I have. I think I'm gonna get it Depends and just start wearing it outright. While do the
like
opposite
the
of Tommy Lee, where he wears the thong. I'm gonna wear it Depends.
Are you at that age yet where you go and take a leak at the urinal and you finish up, you zip up, you walk away, and then all
Gotta
of a
piss
sudden
again?
there's a little bit of
Oh,
dribble?
no, every time.
It's
insane.
It's like, what the fuck?
Or are you standing there for 10 minutes waiting to piss? Yeah. You're like, well, I guess there goes the old prostate. I guess we finally made it, guys. They finally made it. See, nobody tells you about the struggles of a man.
It just happens out of nowhere. You're
Yeah.
just like, wait, what the fuck?
I got to piss so bad. Why am I
just piss
standing
some
here
more.
for 10 minutes?
I just pissed. Why am I pissing more?
I know. And
Talk
piss
to
a
me when you
gallon.
sneeze and you got to cross your legs. No.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I have
like-
sneezed so hard that it like strained a nut before. That's happened.
You left nut lock up, dude. Like,
Well, it's like that. You get that little sharp pain down. You're like, whoa.
yeah. I went about 3 days, dude. My right nut killing me, and my girl's like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "I don't know. Like, I think I sat on it. It's the only thing I can think of, dude. It's the only thing I can think of. I think I got in the car too fast and sat on my nut. So,
Get one of them milking tables.
I guess I might start wearing a nut bra.
Yeah, you're
Like,
like,
they're
yeah.
starting to sag. So,
That's what it sounds like.
There is a company out there that makes underwear that is called Sheath, where you.
Oh, it has a little pocket or
Ooh.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
it's
you
got
cradle
nice.
your balls.
Yeah.
that should be our new sponsor.
I mean,
Yeah,
if
there's
only,
a couple of them,
if
I think,
only.
that do that.
This episode of the Rooster is sponsored by Sheath and Liquid Death
and Valtrax.
and Valtrax.
It's a brand new day.
And erectile dysfunction medicine
Oh my god!
For hymns.
for hymns.
Or that new one that's popped up, Blue Chew.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Guys, stop giving these people free advertising. I want money. I would love to get endorsements for the show.
They have so much advertising. I almost want to try it now. Not even.
Well, you can't do it like Coke. You can't chop up the Blue Chew and rub a little bit on there. Like how Coke used to be. You can't do
Bet you
it.
I can.
I don't know why I took a sip of water. My buddy's talking.
This is the part of the show that if we had a Patreon,
Oh, dude, if you start a
If you would
Patreon,
like
I'll
to
really
see me
start saying
snort a
some
Blue
fucked up
Chew.
shit. And
snorting a blue
Provide the
chew.
link right.
you're welcome, Blue Chew. I just gave people other ideas what to do with your
I don't
product.
think I won't tag them.
They tag you,
I
Blue
totally
Chew.
will. Everybody you said, I will tag them.
They
try,
and
at
tag
least.
Liquid Death. Liquid Death helps with my erectile dysfunction.
I tag Liquid Death, and most of the time they get nothing.
They
It's funny. I've been seeing this pop up everywhere, man, on other shows and podcasts and stuff. And we just need like 10,000 people more to start listening to the podcast, and we can start getting.
I say
some-
we can do that,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, that would be fun to just sit here and record commercials for sponsors. That
It'd be hilarious.
that could be a good time.
I think Liquid Death's slogan should be for those of us that don't drink that want to look like we drink.
Yeah.
Because you look like you got a drink. in
Well,
your
I mean,
hand.
that's kind of part
Like
of
your
the
party.
appeal is if you're the type that doesn't drink anymore and you go to a show and it's like, oh, you want a beer or you ain't drinking beer. It's like, well, you can hold that can
Yep.
Liquid Death and nobody really fucks
They
with
have
you
a
about it.
koozie on their online store that's
It's
a brown
amazing.
bag.
It's amazing
Real?
water,
Yeah.
dude. Like,
It is
you
good.
got me hooked on it.
It's good.
Like,
it's good stuff.
Yeah,
It
it's
is.
so cold, refreshing, and crisp. You're welcome, Liquid Death.
God, what? She's just giving Ricky Bobby vibes. Like,
What do I do with my hands?
no, when he's doing the sponsorship shit.
Oh, yeah. So you got to be like this. Like,
If you don't chew Big Red, fuck you.
Yeah, that's my favorite. Yeah.
I like to talk to you guys about a problem in our communities. Packs of wild, stray dogs taking over our areas. That's crazy. They filmed that here in Gastonia, man.
We had a band that came from a couple weeks ago. I can't remember the name of the band, but he showed up in a Talladega Night shirt. But they were from out of state.
Yeah.
And I looked at him. I said, I like your shirt. He's like, thanks. I love this movie. I said, you know, it was filmed here.
I didn't know that.
He's like, really? I said, you can go. I said, if we can get on top of the building right now, you can see the hotel where his daddy was at. He's like, are you kidding me? I was like, no.
I'm your daddy. They,
And like all the street shots of right down Franklin going that way.
Your daddy ain't much to look at, but let me tell you, that one night in the Rustler Steakhouse, he chose me. Steakhouse bathroom. Speaking of movies, not to get all into it, but there's a movie that I helped with, do some stuff with, called Taco Gary. That's what Adventures
Why
of
does that
Taco
sound like a
Gary.
porno?
Yes, it's got Simon. God, what the hell is it? Simon? Shit, what is Simon's? Simon Rex, which is his
What is this?
rap persona is Dirt Nasty. So I don't know if you ever checked them out.
Dirt
But
Nasty.
it's got the dude that played Ozzy Osbourne in The Dirt that snorted the ants. It's got him in it.
Oh, okay.
It's got the dude from American Pie, the dude that screwed the apple pie. It's got
Oh,
him in
okay.
it. But we're supposed to have our music featured in it. So I'm still waiting on the contracts. They haven't released everything. So hopefully all that works out. So hopefully see us have some of our music in that.
That'd be
movie
cool.
that-
Get
but-
featured in a movie.
Yeah, they actually asked me to do the apartment manager job in the movie, like literally play
They
the
hit a little too
apartment
close to home,
manager.
man.
Right?
Yeah, they asked me to do the apartment manager. I was like, nah, no, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm not an actor, not much of a drummer, but you know, you got to go with your strong suits here. So,
Oh my gosh.
but so hopefully that'll be out pretty soon. So I'll keep you guys updated on that.
You know, I should mention there is a documentary on Testarossa's YouTube channel called We Are Testarossa. It's about a 25 minute long documentary.
Yeah.
It feels longer.
Great work of art. But it kind of reminds me of you remember back like when Kiss was at their height, they would put out these VHS tapes where people just would follow them around. Like my uncle was a huge Kiss fan, and I used to come in and it'd be like Gene Simmons like going down on a lady and stuff, and like just all this wild shit going on. And I'm like, I should bring that back. Like make that a series. Like just capture all these moments of you guys doing this wild
Aren't y'all
shit.
doing a second part? to
Buddy
that?
Radford
Oh,
going
yeah,
up on
yeah.
a lady. That's a short
All
clip.
I know is the,
No,
the
will it
golf
get
cart
up
scene. Timmy
on a
was
lake?
talking about that. He said, all I know is we were riding around Colton's, or the family farm, and Jordan goes, "Can you jump this thing?" And Timmy goes, "Oh God, no!"
Oh, you talking about
With the golf cart?
With
Yeah.
the side by side or whatever.
Oh, well, yeah, you called it a golf
I
cart.
did a damn. I actually videoed that day. They were taking off, and I was playing "Goodbye Horses." It's like "Goodbye Horses." Yeah. So, well, speaking of TikTok, of course, under Testarossa Rocks, one of our videos got chose to be on Ridiculousness on MTV.
Really?
They just messaged me that they filmed June the 6th, so it should be coming out. Of course, we'll put that out.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's awesome.
Right?
Jordan shot the video. I'll send you the video if you
Yeah,
want
I'd
to put
love
it
to
in
see
this
that.
episode.
I probably have seen it.
Yeah,
but-
you guys have probably seen it, but the listeners hadn't. If you want to put that video in this episode, you're more than welcome.
If that's
to.
okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's no music.
We'll
and
make it a
copyright.
bonus scene at the end.
Yeah, but
Like-
Jordan filmed it. We did it one take. I couldn't believe it. It was probably some of the stupidest shit we've ever done, but it got picked up by
Yeah, just the
Ridiculousness
stupid
on
shit.
MTV.
Nice.
So should be. I'll give everybody a heads up. We're going to do a watch party on it, so should be fun.
Cool. Awesome. All right, Testarossa Rocks on Instagram, Testarossa Rocks on TikTok. Same thing on Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook,
Think so.
Testarossa Rocks,
Testarossa Rocks.
Instagram, all that good stuff.
Get tickets for the December the 13th show at Amos's.
Yeah, if you hit us up, we're going to have some pre-sale tickets, but we're going to be very, very limited, like 50. And so it'll save you a little bit of money, but it's not, honestly, we're not going to have them for long. So if you want them, hit us up immediately.
And once you guys get the new lineup, locked in, we'd love to have you back here.
Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely. I'll keep you guys updated.
Maybe shoot a video here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shoot us-
maybe Testa will. I am
Maybe y'all could be
Testarossa
the
too.
or maybe y'all could be the next band that plays the roof.
We could.
Oh, that
I
would
forgot
be so
about. I saw
cool.
that. That was badass.
Yeah, dude. Shout out to Haymaker. That was badass.
That
dude.
was badass.
Yeah, great group of guys, dude. Great group of guys.
Awesome.
They,
Thank you so much, guys.
Absolutely, man.
wanna wrap
Thank y'all
up?
for having
Yeah.
us.
Thanks. Yeah. Thank
Yeah,
you.
we got another one to shoot. So.
Buddy.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for sticking around on this one. Peace and love.
Hey guys, being hot outside this summer, it's hot up north, it's hot down south, it's hot everywhere you go. Here at Testarossa, we have got the solution, life hack to all those summer heat problems. So what you want to do, guys, is you want to freeze a bottle of water, okay? Just any type of water, it doesn't matter. I personally prefer this one. What you want to do is freeze that bottle. You want to take and cut down the side of the bottle. If you'll see right here on the line, you want to cut right down that. You want to take both hands, pop that bottle apart. Whatever ice you have left in there, take that ice and shove it, slam up your ass. It's a nice, cool, refreshing way to beat the heat this summer. Stay tuned to the Testarossa channel for more refreshing tips, because we care.